Welcome to Sigma Podcast. With me today is Alexis. He's very interesting guest. He's coming from the France and he has one project. He's traveling with the bicycle from France to Turkey, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me, how did you decide that?
Um, First, I wanted to travel since a long time. I think many people want to travel, and it was like a dream for me.
Okay.
And I realized it was now because I study, and it was a part in my studies that there was a gap, and I could just go, and it was the precise moment when I could do that. And I do triathlon, so I do a lot of bike and running, and it was the perfect way for me to travel to do it with the bike.
Okay.
So I decided to take the step and go.
Okay.
It was a big decision at first to stop studying because people were a bit scared about will you keep on your study after, because it's a long pause, 1 year. But I was like, okay, if I don't do it now, I don't know when I will do it, and we never know what will be in a few years, if we even will be here. So yeah.
You need to take the chance when you have the opportunity. So yeah, I know many people that are like, I wish when I was a little bit younger I could do this or this, or before I had time, now I don't.
Yeah.
So that is right. Like when you get that opportunity, you should use it. Like
Yeah.
life is very short, and you don't know when you will get the second chance to do something.
Yeah.
And you are from France, right?
Yeah.
Okay, which city?
Limoges.
Limoges.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a small big city. It's not. It's like a big city you can find everywhere you want in this city, but it's not so. The atmosphere is cool, and you can just walk through the entire city. It's not so big, so it's like between the big city and countryside. Yeah.
Okay. And you already mentioned me. You are studying medicine, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
That's right.
let's start. You are traveling with a bicycle.
Yeah.
How did you decide to travel with bicycle?
Like I said, I was doing triathlon, so I knew it was possible to do long distance
Okay.
with the bike, and there was a few way of traveling. You can travel with the plane, or with the car, or with the bike, or even by foot. And I think it's really different to be on a way, or you move by yourself, or in a different way with a motor or with a plane, or it's not really you moving but something. And so this way it's more natural, and you more maybe connected to everything around you. And so I thought it was really the best travel way. Yeah. I could have done it by foot, but maybe it's a bit slower. You can't do, I don't know if it's possible to go to Turkey just by foot, but yeah, I just thought by bike it would be easier and faster, and in the meantime slow, so you can just enjoy the nature around you and people, and yeah.
Okay, so it's much how to say, more natural, and it's faster way than
Exactly.
okay.
Than walking. Yeah.
Also, so you tell me, why Turkey? Why did you decide from France to Turkey? Can you say how much kilometers that is?
That's a good question. That's the first thing I wanted to know, the how many kilometers to plan the thing, and I think it's 7,000 kilometers to go to Turkey.
Okay.
I've done 3,500 for now, and it will be maybe at the half of the long trip. Yeah.
Okay, that is quite the distance.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like a big distance, but when you ride every day, and you don't ride so much, but because you ride every day, finally it's big. Yeah.
And also, when you took the bike,
Yeah.
instead of options like airplane, car, trains, and everything, it's also more environmentally acceptable.
Yeah. Also, that wasn't maybe the main reason to not take the car or the plane, or another way would have been hitchhiking, so just going with people on their car, but it's just they travel even if you're not here, and so it's just, and you meet a lot of people also by hitchhiking, so it was also an option. But yeah, the bike is really the most environment friendly way of traveling, I think. Yeah.
I think I have to agree. Like, I'm not quite a bicycle rider myself. Maybe if I would do something similar, I would go on foot.
Okay.
But yeah, with bicycle, it's more, how to say, it's easier, more convenient.
Yeah.
You can go like in one day 50 kilometers, no problem. Like, but
sure.
with a foot, 20 kilometers is already a lot.
It's already a lot, yeah. And maybe you can't carry that much if you travel just with foot. Yeah.
What was the reaction of your family, your friends, when you decided to go? Because how much I understand, this trip will last 6 months, right?
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
At least 6 months. So you told me already. For now, you spent 3 months, right?
Yeah.
You're literally 3 months traveling with a bike. That is really, really amazing. But what was the reaction of your family, friends?
I told my parents first, I think, and first I wanted to go to Singapore because my sister lived here, and it was like a challenge to go by bike to Singapore, but at the other side of the planet. So it was quite a long trip. And so first I told my parents I wanted to go there, and they weren't prepared about this, and so they were shocked. And finally I realized myself it was too far away. I couldn't go to Singapore in 1 year. Maybe in 2 or 3 years, and that's another plan. And so when I said finally I will go to Turkey, it was like, oh, okay, you just go to Turkey, so it's good. But yeah, I think they are quite anxious about this also, but they're also happy for me, and yeah, I can say they were really pushing me to do it.
Nice. That is nice when you have the support.
Yeah, exactly. And it was important to have my parents' support, and my friends were all supporting me also. It's really nice, but my parents agreed that I stop studying and I just go 1 year in holidays. It's crazy.
Yeah, I understand.
Like, it's a big chance, so
and
I enjoy it.
So you decided to go. You told your friends and family.
Yeah.
Next step was preparation. So how did you prepare? First, how did you prepare with the equipment, on the bike and everything? And how can you, if you are willing to say, because 6 months to 1 year traveling, it's also you need some kind of financial support also.
Yeah.
Like, how did you plan everything? Like,
I thought about it. It was first month of 2022. Maybe in March I did the first step, which was to send university a mail to say, can I do a gap year?
Okay.
And prepare a presentation sheet and like a folder.
Okay.
And send it to university and wait for them to accept or not that I just quit studying for 1 year.
Okay.
So it was really the first step. And when I did that, I knew that it was, I couldn't go back. Like, it was okay, just now organize it, and
decision is made, like no turning back now.
Yeah. And so the next step was to think about where to go. And so Singapore at first, and then I started to calculate how much kilometers I can do per day and how much kilometers in the long trip. So I realized that I could do like about 7,000 was okay, but not too much. Yeah. And to go to Singapore, it was 15,000. So, and to come back after 15,000 more. And so yeah, it it wouldn't be possible. So I decided to go either in Norway, in Northern Europe,
Okay.
or in Central Europe, or in Turkey.
Okay.
And it was because there are plenty of roads for the bike in Europe. It's really well done, and so I had a lot of choice. But finally, I wanted to go in a country completely different than our civilization, our cultures, and so Turkey seemed really Asian and Oriental,
Mhm.
and Norway, Scandinavia, seemed also really different than Western, uh, than France, and so I hesitated, but finally I thought I would go in the winter first. And I didn't want to go to Norway in the winter because even in the summer it's
Oh
too cold
yeah,
there.
it's quite a challenge to do that during the winter.
Yeah, maybe by ski, I don't know.
Yeah.
But and so Turkey was like going to the south, the warm space, and it was like a dream for me. So I decided to go to Turkey.
Nice.
And then I had to work to do a bit of money also,
Mhm.
and yeah, I don't know because I started in November for several reasons, but I think the first was to raise enough money to leave, and also prepare things, but it was more psychologically to be prepared
Yeah.
myself to go, and so I worked a few months in the hospital and at the ocean to make money, and but it was a good experience because I never worked that much in my life before, and it was like a professional first, so it was also part of the trip, like it's the first before you go you work, it's yeah.
Nice. And regarding the equipment on the bike,
And
like
yeah,
what did you put there? What was like, because probably you were like limited how much stuff you will put because there is not a lot of room in the bike, and also you have to probably weight restricted how much you can put kilograms per bike
yeah,
of the equipment.
also,
How did you plan that?
that was the really longest thing to do. It was to search the equipment, the gear to take with me, to try it. If it wasn't working, I had to send it back and try another one. And yeah, it was really the most complex thing. But finally, I did it. And yeah, first the weight. I did a bike trip before with a friend, and we had like 25 kilograms. So it was manageable with a 10 kilograms bike. So it was 35 in total.
Okay.
And it was really okay. And we did like 100 kilometers per day. It was fine.
Okay.
And so I thought it would be nice to have the same amount of kilograms. And then I started buying things and weigh to know the weight of the things. And so I realized really early that it wouldn't be possible to have only 25, and I arrived to 35 with a 15 kilograms bike, so it's 50 in total.
Okay.
And I weighed 55, so it's quite the same weight as me.
Yeah. And what did you took on the bike? What is the equipment?
All to camp. I think it's the most heavy thing, like the tent, sleeping bag, the cooker to cook when you camp in the nature, to have the I try to be minimalist and to take as less things as possible, but you have to survive.
I think you are forced to be minimalistic in these
Yeah.
situations,
Yeah.
just to take like basic things just for survival,
Yeah.
almost for like survival,
Yeah,
because you can't carry everything extra.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't just take your TV with you and all.
Yeah.
And even books, you can't. Maybe one book and it's
Yeah,
finished.
that is also. Yeah, I was not thinking like I can't bring a book. Book is like half kg and like
Yeah.
and
And other stuff was the clothes. I think it's also really heavy because in the
Okay.
winter you have to take really warm clothes. I had a jumper, then a raincoat, then another jacket to be warm, and then another jacket if it's really really cold. and so all that is really taking space and also weight. Yeah.
Okay. We got in contact with our, let's say, I will say mutual friend.
Yeah.
Jure, shout out. And he said he found you on couch surfing.
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
Can you say so? You started
Yeah.
trip in the France from your home city
Yeah.
towards Turkey.
Yeah.
And where would you sleep? Where would you like camp? How does this look? You know, let's say if somebody else decided to go,
Yeah.
how it go? What is the best way to like
Yeah.
do that?
It depends of your behavior, of your personality. I think if you
Okay.
if you do that trip to meet a lot of people, or if you do that trip to be with yourself and know more who you are and be alone for days, just with your bike and your tent, so it's completely different. But I really wanted to meet people, so the thing was to and sleep at people's houses as much as possible, and yeah. And so I heard about that network, which is Couchsurfing, and there are two of them
networks.
The first is Warm Showers. It's the same, basically the same
Okay.
process, but with bikes, only by cyclists, and it's a smaller community. And so in Croatia, maybe there are 3 people on Warm Showers. And but yeah, I use these 2 apps, and it's good. And I also like to try to find accommodations differently, like just speaking to people and say, okay, I'm here, maybe I could stay with you for one night, or just knock at the door and say, hello, I'm Alexis, I'm traveling, would you help me, or can I put the tent in your garden? And
Yeah, you're really like going out of your comfort zone there, like
yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, of course, it's nice if you're like communicative and everything
Yeah.
to meet new people constantly, but it's also a little bit out of the comfort zone. Many people would not dare like just to go almost every night to a different house
Yeah.
or to different place to camp or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So I believe that is quite challenging.
Yeah, I think some people are really extroverted. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a word in English.
yeah, I think it is.
And so it's not a problem for them to speak with a lot of people really easily. But I'm really not that kind of people, and so it was a big challenge for me. And the first time I just got to a house of a known stranger I didn't know. And I knocked and was like, what's going on? And finally, it was a woman who just get out of the house and say, okay, yeah, you can put the tent in the garden. And
nice.
Like, okay, so cool. And refill my bottles. And, so I put the tent in the garden. And then she came back and say, oh, no, we have bed. So just keep coming to the house and eat with us. And we have a good time here. And
I think many people would be surprised how many good people are still out there.
Yeah.
Who will love to go in your, like, would like to help you.
Yeah.
Or want to, like, okay, it's a random guy, I don't know him, but I will help him. Like, I think in situations like that, you just like, oh yeah, there is much more good people than bad people, probably.
Yeah.
Of course, there is always 1% that are like not very helpful and everything.
Yeah, but like you said, you realize really that there are good people out there in the world, because otherwise it's hard to realize that. You just see them your everyday life, and you meet a lot of people who just don't care about you because everyone is doing his own life. And there you just try to have some help for people, or just to meet people and have a chat with them, and you realize that there are plenty of good people around. Also, people who don't care, but you don't care neither. So it's like people who don't want to talk with me. Okay, it's goodbye, and I just
that is completely fine.
Yeah, and that's completely fine. Yeah, but I never met really bad people for the moment. her fingers. But
That is nice to hear.
yeah, it's nice.
That is very nice to
yeah,
hear.
yeah.
I expected you will have some bad experiences, maybe. Did you
And
have any bad experience?
with dogs?
With dogs.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
attacked or something.
Yeah. The worst experience was, this herd of sheeps.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't Velebit mountain actually.
Okay.
So good luck with Velebit.
Thank you.
And there were a lot of farms everywhere
Mhm.
with herds of sheep, a bit cows, but more sheep, and no farmer, just the sheep alone, but not really alone because when
They
I
are never alone. They are
Yeah.
never alone.
And when I was approaching at first, I saw a big dog, and I don't know what the name of this. We call it patou in French. It's like a really big dog who is just there to, like, killing everyone which is not related to the herd or who
Yeah,
want to attack.
their
It's to
job is to
protect.
protect the
Yeah,
herd.
yeah,
That is
for
it.
sure, yeah.
That is their only job.
Yeah, and it's not just one. There are like 7 or 8 every time.
So you
But I never had trouble or never been bite. But every time it was like boom, 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 like an injection of adrenaline.
yeah, I can imagine like being alone,
Yeah,
7, 8 dogs who are like protecting the herd
Yeah.
of the sheep. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you're not comfortable, of
yeah.
course.
So
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't ride anymore because they were so fast, and I couldn't just go and no, they were too fast. So I just got out of the bike and walk and just be more calm
Uh-huh.
the much as I could, and just speak to them and say, okay, everywhere is good. I'm a good people, so don't bite me. A good person. And it was okay, but shit, yeah. But never bad meeting with people. So yeah.
Oh, that is very nice to hear.
Yeah, I'm always really careful to not speak to everyone, like, I don't know.
I think I know
I-
what you want to say. You have to be careful how you will approach the people.
Yeah, and I always approach people when I want, but I'm always a bit stressed when I do that, and I know that I can react if I have to just go back and
Yeah.
stop. Yeah, but yeah, you have to be careful for sure, man.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes
At the end of the
happen.
day, you are meeting strangers.
Yeah.
And you are strangers to them also.
Yeah.
So it's always little bit,
Yeah.
but like we said, I think there is much more good people than we think.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe this will encourage
when
somebody else to like do the similar thing.
Exactly.
Like, don't be afraid, and just if
Yeah.
you have some wish to do something similar to
Yeah.
this, like, go.
Yeah. And it's also the same feeling I discussed with a few people who hosted me, not by couchsurfing on warm showers, but just like we met and they go, okay, come at the house. But at first they don't know me, and they say, okay, then you come. And I'm scared of meeting bad people, but they also scared because they don't know me, and so it's also a big effort from them, and yeah, it's an exchange. I think it's
Mhm.
really from both sides we learn something. Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, I really remember I was in Pashman Island,
Okay.
and it was really the storm that day,
Okay.
like rain all day, and the wind, like a face wind all time. And even I had a poncho, this big raincoat that you put all over you and the bike, and you can't be wet normally,
Mhm.
but with the wind I was completely wet. And this woman just came by car, and she couldn't see me because I was under the poncho.
Mhm.
And she said, okay, are you okay under the rain? Just come and sleep at my house. Incredible, yeah. And after that she said, I didn't know who you were because with the raincoat I couldn't see if you were a boy, a girl, old or young. But I was like, okay, I have to try. And it's like so bad conditions out
Yeah.
there, and I was so grateful but it was also so good for her to go and take this step and speak to someone unknown, because when you're shy, when you're
it's also like there is, I would say, a lot of richness in this travel that you are doing. You are practically meeting new people every single day.
yeah.
And like, so every day you hear new how to say perspectives of life.
Yeah,
Because everybody's different. New culturological things.
also,
It's like such a great experience to have. You're now traveling 3 months, and I can just imagine like how many like families, people you met, like different experiences.
it's like you said, it's richness of so different people every day, and it's just crazy because it's always the same feeling I have when finally I meet people and I know more about them. It's always the same familiar feeling that I have, and people are really different. Everyone is so different, and like say, have a different way of life and different perspective about things. But I always feel like home, and I have always the same familiar feeling. And it's funny because this is not my home, but
But you feel the energy on.
there is something that's really
That's nice.
that link people, I think, when you have this feeling.
I think more people should do this thing, like,
Yeah.
or maybe just you don't have to maybe travel. Just don't be afraid. Just meet new people. If you see somebody and he seems interesting or something, like, just approach, introduce yourself, and say, "Hey man, I think you're interesting. Like, wanna be my friend?"
Yeah, but you know that in the normal life, just people find that weird to do that.
Yeah, that is maybe even a little bit sad, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's say I'm here in smaller city now, and let's say I have seen some people already maybe 20 times, and it's not normal to say hello because we don't know each other.
Okay.
Like, we just see each other, like, if we just cross each other,
Okay.
walk by each other.
Yeah.
But it's like, you should just be more open, just talk with people randomly.
Meet. Everyone should do that. And just communicate with people. With more communication, it would be so easier to do everything in every country. I think it's the same. And I think you realize that when you're traveling, for sure, you really realize that you have, and you're like, there is this feeling of you are doing one thing that you will maybe never do again, and it's the first thing amazing you do in your life. And so I'm just like, okay, I have to do things now. It's now. And everyone, like you say, I saw an interesting person. It's really easy now to go and see her or him and talk, because this is I'm not at home. I'm in a different environment, and I'm doing some amazing thing that push me. And there is an energy while traveling that you don't have when you don't, and so it's much more easier.
Yeah, I love to travel. I try to travel as much as I can. Not with the bike, unfortunately. But I like visiting new places and everything. And there is something even addicting to it. Like, when you visit like new place, you're not home.
Yeah.
You feel like a little bit. It's new.
Yeah.
It's just new experience, new place, new people, new environment, new things that you never saw before.
Yeah.
There is something in that, like what
Exciting.
you says. Yeah. It just brings some energy new, and it's like.
And what is funny is, at first you feel like it's not home, but if you stay for a few days, a few weeks, you finally feel home. Even one day, if you really feel good there, you feel home. And so at this point, you want to know more things, and just got again in an unknown, in the unknown, in the new, out of your comfort, and come back again in your comfort zone, and it's like, yeah, and that's why it's addicting, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's, yeah, you get used to things, and I think I get used really easily and fastly to everything. I really like discovering everything, food, people, music, and so I get used fast to things, and I want to again discover new things, and it's that's why it's so cool to travel, because it's that every day. If you want to change places every day, you can do that, and it's really great.
And you can do that almost at zero cost, like that is.
Yeah.
You just have to go a little bit out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. It depends. And if you want to just stay here for a bit, and just, you can also do that. You're really free. Yeah, it's also about freedom, I think.
Yeah, nice. What would you say it's like maybe craziest thing that happened in these last 3 months? Did you have some crazy situations?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I didn't have a really like extraordinary thing.
Okay.
I think the situation that the most that I won't remember was with the dogs. Okay.
So dogs are like engraved in your memory.
Yeah. Because it was the strongest feeling of scare, of fear.
Okay.
But I think what is really extraordinary is meeting people every day. But it's not one extraordinary thing. It's like every day is just amazing. That I don't know. No, for now, nothing really
Okay.
like impossible or yeah.
Okay. You told me that you are like making some blog about it.
Yeah. At first it was just for my friends and parents to know about it, and then I started also posting on Instagram, and finally I found that it was good for me also, because it's remembers for me, and it's also like a diary. You just write every day, and it's like you create something. Yeah, and it's a nice feeling to do that. Yeah, I didn't know about it before, and yeah, I really like to do it. And it's like a connection with people also. It's not like really speaking with them, but it's some people are interesting and curious, and I was like this before going, like oh yeah, he's traveling to China, oh so great. And I followed many people, and I'm glad to do that now. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Is there maybe some times where you have to encourage yourself? Like we were like talking a little bit earlier, and you said something like mantra, right?
Yeah.
Like, could you explain like to the audience?
Yeah. First, I have to encourage myself every day in that time, because every day there is at some point a steep hill that I have just to climb, and every time it's like just taking 50 kilograms. Every time it's hard. Like I don't get used to it, and so I have to encourage myself every day, and it's good for your confidence, or I don't know. Yeah. And I was really interested about mantra. I think mantra at first is the thing you say in meditation, like it helps to meditate, to repeat words or short sentences. I don't know if it's in Buddhism at first, or I don't really know about it, but my feeling is that we can that repeats things important for you.
Okay.
It can really helps you to integrate the things and really catch to this way of thinking, and so it's nice, I think, to have one mantra that is really important for you and catching yourself, and that you can repeat whenever you want. It can be every day, every morning when you wake up, or when you need it the most, when you travel bad times, or when you need encouragements. Yeah.
So you just like choose few words or probably some quote or anything, and you just repeat to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. What is your, let's say?
Mine is memento mori, which is a it's not. I didn't make it up myself. It's like a Latin mantra that um, gladiators said, Romans, and when they won wars or battles, to just say that, to remember that they had to enjoy this time, because one day you will die, and so just, it's not to be depressed about this or anything, but it's really to be aware that this moment is precious. So if you're happy, just be conscious that you're happy and enjoy the moment.
Nice.
Yeah. And if you are in bad situations, it also helps to, okay, move yourself, try to to catch up with the situation, because life is not long, and
Enjoy while you can, like
Yeah,
enjoy in every
yeah,
day,
yeah.
in every situation.
Exact. Yeah, and it helps also to take a step back on the situation, because sometimes you feel bad, but for shit, not for real things.
Mm-hmm.
And then you meet people that say to you, "Oh yeah, I have some disease, or I have a friend who just died, or really, bad thing." And if you just have the wind in front of you, it's not a so bad thing, So just take a step back, and
Yeah, I think people should be more grateful than they are,
yeah,
including me also. Like, I think in general, like we will really be pissed off or sad or
Yeah.
angry or
yeah,
for something that somebody did to us,
yeah,
or maybe something just happened to us,
yeah.
and we think it's end of the world,
Oh yeah,
why to me and all that stuff, and then like, and there is like so many people that are going through worse
yeah,
things, like
yeah.
much serious things,
yeah,
and they even like sometimes have like positive mindset still.
yeah,
Like you just, like you said, just take the step back.
yeah,
Like it's not end of the world, and like, and be grateful for all the small things.
yeah.
Like, let's say I take it, let's say in your situation you are cycling uphill,
yeah.
and you're like, it's so heavy, but then you're like, but I have legs.
Yeah.
Some people
And
don't have legs.
Yeah.
So it's
you
just
can-
to be more grateful about
Yeah.
everything that you have, and already that we are alive and have the opportunity to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. This is the every day. It's always true. Even in a bad situation, you still live and have this opportunity. So yeah, but it can be a bit. It's not like to put pressure on you to always think about it, but sometimes it helps to say that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because I think we forget about it, because life can be stressful, and we are in this rush every day, and so basically we don't take this time to think a bit more about the chance we have. So yeah.
Okay. Can I ask, how does your diet looks like when you're like
Interesting.
traveling? Yeah, how does that look like? Because I think you mentioned to me like you have a budget of, let's say, 10 euros
Yeah.
per day.
Yeah, that's it.
And how are you like how are you surviving with this budget and everything?
In fact, I just use this budget to eat, because I always find either people or my tent to sleep, so I never pay, or almost never pay, for an accommodation.
Okay.
So I basically just use money for eating. But still, 10 euros, it's not that much if you have to.
It's not that much, but I think 10 euros per day, that's enough.
Yeah.
You will not go on some expensive steak or just take pizza, I think for 10 euros you can buy much more things than you think.
Yeah, it depends of what you want to eat. And because for breakfast I always have oats, flakes.
Oatmeal?
Sorry?
Oatmeal.
Yeah. That I put with grapes and fruits and things, and it's easy because I just need this muesli. It's like a muesli with water. I have water in my bottles, and that's it.
Yeah, no.
That's my breakfast, and it's also it's good. Like it's fiber, and it's low sugars, so it's good for cycling. Yeah. And for diner, I have some rice. I cook rice, or it depends. I had also noodles, or but it's a bit restricted. And for the moment, it's really cold outside, and I just don't take the time to cook a lot. Like I don't buy vegetables to cook, and I also have just a few gas or fuel. And if I have to cook vegetables in one day, it's finished. So I just cook rice, and that's it. And maybe other raw stuff, raw vegetables, or anything I can buy.
Keep it simple as possible.
Yeah, simple as possible. And I also don't want to eat shitty food, like prepared food, like how do you say?
Junk food.
Yeah, junk food. Just fresh food. I try as much as I can.
Fresh whole food, not
yeah.
Like, I understand where you're going.
That's why it's a bit tricky to either you eat in restaurants, so you can hope it's fresh, but it's also really expensive, not in the budget. Either you eat fast foods, so it's basically shitty food, also fast food. Either there are now some really cheap restaurants like fast food, but they cook vegetables or nice stuff, healthy, and so I find some.
Okay,
yeah, sometimes I find those, but most of the time I eat healthy food when I eat with people.
Okay.
And alone I just stay with the rice and a bit of fruits. But it's just in the winter it will be apples and oranges now. Yeah.
Here to ask, you already now went from France through Italy, through Slovenia, right?
Yeah, a bit of Slovenia.
And now you're like, you went through whole coast of Croatia.
Yeah.
So far, if you have to pick one, what is the nicest place you visited, like nature-wise? Nature-wise, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
good question.
because now I'm interested. If you say something that I don't know, I will maybe go visit, you know?
Yeah, if I say Makarska, you won't
Makarska.
No. Sorry. And I think it's a bit difficult to judge because I think I would really like Velebits Mountain, but it was raining all day, and it's not the same when it's raining.
You could not
It's a
experience and see everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have to agree. Velebit is really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
That is why I'm planning to go there in April.
Cool. That's a cool treat.
Yeah. For people who don't know, I'm planning to go on Velebit to do one hitchhiking road. It's like, it will be like more than 100 kilometers.
That's nice.
And I'm planning to go alone. It will be a little bit of challenge.
Yeah,
and
adventure,
yeah. So it will be very interesting, and also similar to you, like, I just like have tent, cooker, sleeping bag,
rice,
knife, rice, probably, bear spray.
Also important.
Yeah, it will be. But now when you told me, so I should be careful about the dogs also.
Yeah.
I was not counting on that. So. Okay.
But maybe the cars and the birds, especially the birds on the roads, are maybe more dangerous than the dogs. So
I can imagine.
Yeah. I don't know what formation they have. The bus drivers here. It's crazy when you're on the road and the bus just arrive behind you. He horn, but it's not just to prevent you. It's like to say, go out of the road, because otherwise I just go straight and you dead.
I think Croatia has very, very impolite drivers. And we have quite crazy drivers.
Oh, yeah, crazy.
At least from my experience. I think we are good drivers, but we are a little bit...
Yeah, maybe just too fast, or...
Yeah, for sure, too fast. We drive too fast, Not smart from us.
Yeah. But it's okay. And yeah, but the most wonderful place I've seen for the moment, I really enjoyed so much being in the Massif Central, which is the first mountain chain I did in France.
Okay, can you repeat the name?
It's Massif Central, and I don't
Okay.
know how to translate it.
No,
But it's Central is like central. It's really
Okay.
in the center of the France. Like my place is here, and it's just a bit at the east of. It was the first mountains I climbed, and the first view I had at the top of the mountain, and just going down and seeing all this, and it was sunny and oh yeah, it was so
of
nice.
course, most beautiful nature is in France. Yeah, said French guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the second one. No, maybe it was not the
No, I'm
one. No,
joking.
no, really. There are so many beautiful places for now. In Italy, I love. It wasn't with the bike, but I stopped in a place and I went hiking in the Alps in Monte Galiero. It was at 1,700 meters.
Okay,
It's not that high, but
that's high.
there was a beautiful view of all the Alps and then the sea, because it's not so far from the sea.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, really. And there was snow at this point, and yeah. And here in Croatia, I think the best part I've seen is now really in Dalmatia, because it's now sunny also. And maybe it's the trick is about the sun. Really, for me, it's so important. And
yeah, I mean, I love the sea, but at least for me personally, mountains are like
different.
just there is something in it. Like when you climb at the top, you're above everything, and you can see more, and you can see more clean nature.
Yeah.
And it's just
Also, because not everyone go to mountains. I think people who go respect at least a bit mountains, nature, and
there is something in that.
Yeah, it's
so
clean.
Tell me, here in Opuzen.
Yeah.
So
nice city. I've been there. A lot of
mountains around.
Yeah, firstly, and it's so beautiful. Mountains and sea is really a good thing mixed. But also in Opuzen, people just draw on the walls of buildings.
Yeah, there is
a lot.
during
it's beautiful, I think.
I didn't know also. Like I moved in Opuzen.
Yeah.
1.5 year, 2 years, something like that. And there is something called, maybe I will say it wrong, please don't kill me if somebody from Opuzen is listening. Opuzen Zen Festival, something like some kind of festival.
Oh yeah.
And people from all around the world, Europe or world, come here and they do this graffiti.
Okay.
And it's really beautiful. I really think it's nice, how to say, nice experience. Like, and every year you can see new drawings and everything.
Okay.
It's like art.
It's like
art festival.
Yeah.
Something like
and
that.
every year they gather here to paint. Okay, nice.
So it's very
nice. It's cool because it's a city maybe a bit lost in nowhere. And
it's actually a very small city, but a lot of things happen.
Okay.
For so small city. I'm also a little bit surprised.
Cool.
And I have to admit, I fell in love a little bit here in Opuzen, like in the city and everything. I like the energy here.
I did a small tour this morning, and it's nice. I like it also.
What is next stops? So where you will go to? What countries? What is?
Actually, I hesitate for now.
Okay.
Because I really want to see the most places as I can, because it's now or never. And
never say now or never, but
yeah. But just like in the moment, the right time to do it. And so I plan to go to Montenegro after, just to follow the coast, because basically the trip is about following the Mediterranean coast all the way. So Adriatic first, and then Aegean maybe in Greece. But there is Bosnia, which is just near. And I would like to know about Bosnia a bit more. So now I don't know what to do. If I go to Bosnia or if I go to Montenegro.
If I can recommend, I would go maybe in Mostar,
Yeah.
and then from Mostar I would go towards Neum. Neum is also in Bosnia,
But on the coast.
but on the coast,
But on the
and
coast,
then
yeah.
you have like only like 5 kilometers to Croatian border,
Okay.
and then you just continue to Dubrovnik,
Okay.
to Cavtat, and then to Montenegro. And
Okay.
maybe that is, let's say, one route.
Yeah.
Like, of course, there is more beautiful things in Bosnia. Like if you go a
At the
little bit
north
deeper,
or yeah, deeper in,
everywhere,
yeah.
but now it's very cold there.
Also, yeah, I have to be careful.
So that's like already more continental. You're
Yeah.
not at the shore anymore.
Yeah, here it's
anymore, so-
relatively.
Choose wisely.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
Yeah, I will think about it. But that's a nice plan, maybe to go first to Mostar and then Neum.
just little detour, you know.
Yeah.
Just little detour.
Yeah.
Okay. And Montenegro, what is next?
And Albania,
Okay.
and then Greece.
Okay. And will you go in Macedonia?
And that's another thing I didn't think about.
I would recommend Macedonia. Like,
Okay.
I have one friend from Macedonia,
Uh-huh.
Žarko, shout out. And like I really wanted to go to Macedonia, but
Okay.
I never went. Yeah, maybe I will go this year.
Uh-huh.
But because I know a few friends who were in Macedonia,
It would be like the
and everybody who were in Macedonia, they said like it's really beautiful there.
okay.
And I think they also said it's very cheap.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, that is also something.
And it would be like the Greek culture or roots.
I will not say anything
Okay.
because I don't think
Yeah.
I don't know too much
Yeah,
about
okay.
Macedonia, so I don't want to say
Yeah. Shit stuff.
some shit stuff. Yeah, I will be silent if I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah.
But I can confirm that Macedonia is beautiful,
Okay.
and I heard that people in Macedonia are very friendly and
Uh-huh.
everything. So yeah, I would recommend Macedonia.
Nice. Okay.
And Greece, and then to Turkey, right?
Yeah. Actually, I have because the plan is to come back to France by boat. I really want to go back, not with a ferry, but with a sailing boat. Would be them in the same way perspective, maybe. Because I started with the bike, because there is also this. With the bike, you just use your own energy and no fossil energies or anything who consume and produce carbon or any greenhouse gases, and so it would be the same with sailing boats, because basically it works with the wind.
Oh, nice.
And but it's like a dream, because for going on a sailing boat you have to know a lot of things, and then it's really expensive to buy a sailing boat. So the plan is not to buy one, but to go with a skipper on his boat.
Okay.
Because people who have boat, they can need some crew.
Assistance.
Yeah, assistance to have them because it's a tough work, as I understood a bit. It's a tough work, and you need people who help you on the boat to navigate and to sail, basically. Yeah. But also to cook and do whatever you have to do on the boat. Yeah.
Nice. That sounds like good plan. Like
Yeah.
I think many people
sounds
like
good.
okay, I will go to that location and this stuff. But yeah, you have to think how you will come back.
Yeah.
Like I would like
Yeah, it's
okay,
important. Yeah.
yeah, like if I go 5,000 kilometers in one direction, yeah, I ride, but now I have 5,000 back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's the same way, it's a bit boring. If you
Yeah.
go back the same way.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So, yeah, I had a man in Athens. I talked with him, and I asked if I could learn to sail there, and there actually a training to sail.
Nice.
So I will start training to know how to sail first, because it's really important to know
Mhm.
the basic stuff, so that after I can maybe go to the harbor and
Okay.
just ask people if I can go on their boat.
Yeah,
But maybe in Turkey or in Cyprus, I don't know.
Yeah,
at one
yeah.
point. Yeah.
that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. this is the plan. It's really not sure. Nothing is sure, but
Mm-hmm. You have the idea what you will do.
yeah.
That is important.
This is the dream. Yeah.
Nice. So,
And-
and this whole trip will last 6-7 months. You told me.
Yeah, I think I will arrive in Turkey in about 3 months or less. And if I can find a boat there, I will come back. But maybe it will take some time to find a boat. Maybe I won't find. So if I don't find, I will have to come back by the bike. And so it will be more than 6 months trip because I will, but not with the same way. I will go back by Central Europe or Northern Europe. I don't know. Yeah.
Nice.
That's another. I don't think about it for now.
Mhm. Yeah, again, that is.
But again, I don't want to take the plane, and so yeah, I have to find a solution.
Respectable. I do have to admit I'm not. I like to believe that I'm environmentally friendly. You know,
Yeah.
I try to. I am, let's say, nature guy.
Yeah,
I try to like do as less damage as possible.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't think if I'm traveling somewhere, I will take car.
yeah.
I will go with a plane. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But also, it's tricky because I can take 1 year to travel, but if I have 1 week of holidays,
Exactly.
I wouldn't do it by bike because you can't go in Turkey by bike in 1 week. So, what to do? This is all the question about it. Yeah, in the normal life, how you travel without using all
Yeah.
this. Yeah,
But again, I think this
it's
is
interesting too.
good if you have time.
Mhm.
You have more time and you decide. Maybe not even alone. Maybe with a friend group or
Yeah,
like friend, and just go like 2 weeks somewhere with a bike or something.
Yeah.
A little bit more environmentally friendly and
yeah, and it's different experience also.
yeah.
It would be like completely different than people usually do. Take a
Mhm.
car and then go in the hotel and stay 1 week in the hotel and come back with a car. But with the bike, it's like a social experience with the people you're traveling with the people you meet, and a nature experience
Mhm.
because every day you're in the nature, you camp, you cook in the nature, you have the wind, the rain, the sun, you can swim in the sea. It's like every time. Yeah.
Yeah, that is
It's-
true.
So it's different. I think it would maybe more resourceful holidays,
Hmm.
like relaxing or I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. So, after you come back to France,
Mhm.
what is the plan? Do you have some other things that you would like to do, or what is the plan then? You finish. This is almost travel of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like
seems
you
so.
took whole year just to like travel with a bike.
Yeah.
It's I would dare to say it's like lifetime
Yeah.
achievement.
It's a bit sad.
Yeah,
But it's also it's
sad,
true.
yeah, like what will you do after? What is the plan?
Yeah. That's a good question. Really, for now, I have plenty of ideas, but I really don't know what I will do.
Mhm.
Depends of when I come back. But yeah, there are a lot of things. And I don't know if I come back directly to my place or if I go a bit in Spain or Portugal. If I take a boat, maybe I can just go.
Yeah.
And if I arrive like in July in France, or I will have to prepare to university for the next year. So it
Mhm.
will be like pausing, staying with my family, with my friends, just going back to normal life and enjoying the last holidays time before going back to work, but also prepare a bit about courses because maybe in 1 year you forget a lot. I don't even know what's a bone now and every step I totally forgot. So yeah, I will have to go back, dive in the courses.
Yeah. Reality of the life.
Yeah, but that's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And also I think when you come back to normal life, you just want to realize what you did
Hmm.
and I don't know, sort your pictures, the pictures you take, maybe write something with what you do, or make a video, or just to close this chapter and say, okay, this
Nice.
is yeah.
I like
I
that
think
idea.
you need time to yeah.
But you have something more that you would like to mention?
I don't know, maybe.
If not, like, can you maybe say, to conclude this
Huh,
episode of
it's-
podcast, what advice
Okay.
would you give to somebody who, let's say, has idea to do similar thing
Okay.
like you,
Yeah.
maybe with foot, maybe with car, I don't know, maybe with bicycle, not important, but wants to go like on big travel,
Okay.
what is like
Yeah, what I
advice,
would
like,
say.
to prepare mentally and everything, like,
Yeah.
what would you say?
I think I spend a lot of time doing nothing at some point because I was a bit blocked and I couldn't do things. I maybe was a bit scared about going. So I would say just don't plan too much time before going. Just when you think about it, put a date and stay stuck to this date and don't push it away and away and away. Just say, okay, in 1 week or in 1 month I go, and as soon as possible. That would be the advice, because the more time you take, the less efficient you are, and you're not really doing stuff, you're just pushing it away. And so if you say in 1 week I will go, so in 1 week you will be ready. You will have the stuff and all this. And also, what is really important, I think, is to just go to your friends and family before, because like if you really travel 1 year, it can arrive plenty of things in 1 year, and so it's like life is going on when you're not here. And and yeah, I think it's really, really important to just see everyone you want to see before going, like if it was the last day of your life, or I don't know.
Yeah. Nice.
And then
Okay.
just enjoy.
Okay. Yeah, I think also, like, be more of a doer than thinker. Like,
Yeah,
just do it.
yeah.
Like, don't wait too much. Be a little bit spontaneous.
Yeah, exactly. It's about being spontaneous, and even when will be traveling, try to think, not think too much, and just do whatever you want to do every day. Not asking you too much questions. And if you want to speak to these people, just go and speak to them, and just live the life you dreamed before, because you dreamed about it, so it's now. And just do the thing 100%. And
Yeah, I know, I love that mentality.
Yeah.
Just whatever you decide to do it, like how you supposed to do it. Like, just do it all the way. Like,
all the way.
yeah, that,
Yeah.
this is my favorite quote
Yeah.
from Charles Bukowski. If you're going to try, go all the way.
Yeah.
Like, don't look back.
Yeah.
Don't half-ass things. Like, if you're going to try something, just do it properly and do it completely.
Yeah.
All the way. Like,
Yeah, because if you don't do that, you will regret. Oh
Exactly.
yeah, I wanted to do that, but I didn't. But now it's too late. It's the occasion to do it. So do it.
nice. And that is it.
Okay, thank you,
Alexi, thank you for being on my podcast.
and thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome, and thank you for sharing your experience with us.
You're welcome.
I wish
It was a
you
pleasure.
a lot of luck and everything good on your end of the travel,
Yeah,
rest of the travel.
yeah,
And yeah, I hope we will stay in contact.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And yeah, I wish you all the best, man. And this is super thing that you're doing.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
very like happy and excited that I met somebody like you who's
Cool.
like doing this. And
It's
yeah,
also always really cool to find people really interesting in the same things.
yeah. And yeah, thank you. So I hope listeners are like will have some new experience, new point of look
Yeah.
on on traveling and this stuff. Like, don't
Yeah.
be afraid, just go do it.
Yeah.
Life is too short, like you say, and that's it.
And I hope your listeners will like the interview,
Yeah.
the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you everybody for listening.
Thank you.
for being on my podcast.
Thank you, Mario.
And that is it.